Chemical equations, which are a representation of chemical reactions, are an important part of biology, and there are certain things about them you need to know for biology. Let's start with a rather simple chemical reaction. The reaction in which glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. This reaction, we'll learn later, is called cellular respiration. If we write this reaction in the form of a simple chemical equation, we would have glucose, C6H12O6, plus O2, oxygen, yields carbon dioxide and water. The first thing you should know about equations are the parts of the equation. Everything on the left side of the arrow, the safe side of the arrow, is known as a reactance. The arrow itself is read as yields. And everything on the dangerous side or right side of the arrow is the products of that reaction. Next, let's look at the two possible energy events that can occur during a chemical reaction. The first of these possibilities is that energy is released when the chemical reaction proceeds. This is called an exothermic reaction. And when something is burned, like glucose, it's an exothermic reaction. Often that energy can be used to do something for a cell. Another possibility is that energy is absorbed by the reactants. This is called an endothermic reaction. And when something like glucose is built in photosynthesis, the endothermic reaction occurs and energy is stored in the glucose molecule. The final type of energy we have to talk about goes forward no matter how the reaction proceeds. This is called the activation energy. And the activation energy is the little bit of energy that has to be added, the push that has to be added to get the reaction started. So whether you release energy or store energy, there is always going to be some activation energy. And so in summary, a chemical equation has numerous parts. It has reactants, products, possible energy outcomes, exothermic and endothermic, and activation energy to get it going.